headed to Epic to interview them on exactly what they do and how they help us as hunters and how to get your kids set up with them and how they help you set your kids up with hunting tags and getting them into the right things to start earning points as well.
Don't close. I know, we're going in that.
From that. So as far as Epic, like what do you guys do as a whole? I know that's a big question.
We basically have a hunting publication. It talks about all the western states, drawing odds, kill percentages, best units, comments on the units, and we go through all the western states before it's time to apply.
Okay.
And then and that's monthly, December through June, and then it's bi-monthly the remainder of the year when we're in the field.
Okay.
So that's what we do. I mean, information is king. So it pretty much builds our business. And then we also work with outfitters, you know, on guaranteed tags or draw tags. We sell landowner tags. We apply guys in the West. So there's a lot of different things that we do.
Okay.
Anything to do with Western big game, Canada, Alaska, or Mexico.
Someone signs up and does a membership with Epic. Do they just get, like, is there certain levels of membership, or is it all or nothing?
No,
or...
it's just $100 a year for everybody.
Okay. That's what
The additional fee that you'd pay is if we had us do your applications. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And so what does the membership get? Like, do you put out a magazine as well? Okay.
Magazine where you'll get the publication, then you get to consult, you know, you get to call in whenever you want.
Okay. And
of course we can put you in touch with outfitters and things like that. It's all part of it. The additional fee would come in if we have to actually file your application.
So as far as like putting people in or stuff like that, do you services for just adults, or do you do it for
we do. Anybody that's huntable age, you know.
Okay.
I mean, you can start getting points in Montana for kids, you know, whenever you want. There's no age limit.
Oh, wow.
12 is kind of the key age.
What's the best way to set our kids up? I mean, is it just pick every state and find a decent unit, or?
No, like you can actually do too much, you know, like tags are not hard to come by.
Yeah.
We had kid tags last year that we burned, you know, each kid, some of my kids had 3 tags apiece. So I think it's important to apply and at least gain points for them, like whether it be, you know, Colorado deer and elk or Wyoming deer and elk. I mean, there's antelope. There's lots you can do in a couple of years with kids.
Yeah. What information do they need to bring you? So like if they were like, hey, we want to call Epic, we want to get set up on some hunts, what information do you need from them, like for them to be best prepared to walk in here and sign up?
I would say we usually don't have a ton of walk-in clients, but we do have people that'll email and we'll send them the forms and stuff. But basically, I mean, we need their physical address, their mailing address, social security number, date of birth, any hunter IDs that they have, if any particular states they've applied before. It'd be nice to have their portfolio of what they have point-wise, but if they don't, we can look that up. You know, obviously everybody knows their height, weight, hair color, eye color, things like that. And then usually 2 credit cards on file, because some states don't take American Express, or they need a expiration date that's good through September or whatever, August, whenever they divvy out tax. Anyway, just basic personal information. We keep that on a secured website filing system, and it's awesome, you know, and that way we have quick access to it, and we can apply them, make adjustments, pull applications if we have to, if they have a change in hunting plans or whatever. Preferences, like people have to have an idea of what they want to do, and if they don't, we can help them. Okay. Like if you ever thought about hunting sheep or moose or goat or whatever, you know, and then so it's kind of complicated. I mean, you got to understand what the potential is in each of the western states, and then how the draw process works is critical in knowing if you're going to get a tag or not, and then how many tags can you afford to have, not financially as much as time-wise as well. So to understand all that, to take 10 plus states and understand all that, and then try to get the best bang for the client's buck and what he's trying to do, tag-wise, trophy-wise, and whatnot is kind of what we do. We mesh all that together and come out with a hunting plan. But every single person has a very individualized plan, even if they don't know what it is. Everybody's different.
I know this can be found on your website too, but I mean, you have people like you've got Adam that's like a big sheep hunter. And what else does your office offer as far as specialties and the experience?
So Adam's big into sheep. He's also killed multiple deer, over 200 inches, and a few big bulls. And so he's pretty well rounded. He guides sheep and loves sheep, was a sheep biologist, and is good at that. And so, but we're all pretty well rounded. I've killed a slam of sheep, as well as deer and elk and antelope and everything else, although my main love is mule deer, and that's probably what I'm most known for. We're all pretty well rounded. Jeff, he's hunted a lot of different things, Colorado and Utah. I drew a sheep here in Utah. Sent him to Montana last year. He's been to Alaska. I mean,
I killed caribou.
Yeah, and John and Chris, they both really like to hunt deer. They both killed good bulls and hunted elk in New Mexico and elk in Utah and whatnot. And so, I would just say we're pretty well rounded, although we have things that we like to do.
Everybody has their preference. Some guys are more mule deer. Some guys, elk does it for them, but not quite like a deer. I mean, just like me. I mean, bears and lions do it for me versus you'd probably rather go look at a big mule deer any day than go chase a lion.
Yeah, but I have a respect for the dogs. I have a respect for people that use the dogs, whether it be chuckers or shed antlers or hounds for lions and bears. I've done all that. I've hunted the bears and lions and got a bear hunt coming up here, another brown bear hunt coming up. But I have a respect for all that. You can only have so many addictions.
Oh yeah.
And dogs are a full-time job to do it right. I have the personality of if you're gonna do it, you gotta maximize everything and all your effort, and so I've kind of sunk that into mule deer. I've made that kind of my focus, and so you can only focus on so many things, and that's really where my focus is. However, I'll take elk tags and sheep tags and all these other tags that you can get. I think it's just a matter of the kids are where it's at. There's a lot of opportunities out there. Anybody that says there's not opportunities is mistaken. You can get too many tags, and I proved it last year. And we didn't even hunt cows or does or ewes or anything. It was an antlered game, and there's a lot of opportunity out there. So it's just a matter of capitalizing on that, gaining points where it's critical and key. Even general Utah deer for non-residents, get a point or something. That way you can at least fall back and hunt and still gain limited entry deer points. There's things you can do and still go hunt with your kids, grandkids, yourself, friends, whatever, and still gain points across the West and wait for something special as well. Okay.
Thank you for
your time. No problem. Yeah, good luck.
Went to Epic today. One thing that comes with your subscription is this hunting magazine, and it comes with stories and draw odds and just all sorts of stuff that you get when you subscribe to their services. Lots of cool stuff.